Morning. Today we're going to show you how to pick dandelions and make some wine. Gorgeous day. You actually want to wait until the sun's up so the dandelions will open up, because the dandelion will close up when it's raining or at nighttime. So wait till the sun's up, dries them off, and open them up. So we're going to pick some now and we'll be back. You want to do this when they're fresh. As you can see, you just reach down and pop the heads off without the stem, because the stem has a lot of milkiness in it. Just use the stem or the head of it. Now we got all the flowers. We've got about a 10-quart bucket here, but we're going to take 1 quart of flowers to make 1 gallon of tea. So we're going to wash these off first, and then the next step will be steeping them. A lot of people take and just cut the yellow off and take the greens out of it, but I don't. It's your option, I guess. But we just want to wash them and clean them. Maybe bugs or anything in there, but a little dirt. So we want to wash them out good. Now we got the dandelions all washed. There's about 1 quart. We take 1 gallon of water and let that start boiling, and add the quart of your dandelions in it. Let that get to a boil, and then turn it back and stir it, but let it go for about 20 minutes at a little bit simmer. Just don't let it overflow on you. And then this will be making the dandelion tea. You have to make the tea before you go to the wine. Okay, now we've got this all boiled up and it's ready to go. We're going to strain it into our bucket over here, which is, you can either take cheesecloth or take an old t-shirt, of course clean one, and strain it through here. Alright, now I'm going to strain it up. This is just to get most of the sediment out of it. Alright, have that. This is pretty hot. Now usually I just use a pot holder to rinse this out, wring it right down, well, you don't burn your fingers. Well, I wanted to show you how green it is. You can get in close to that and see it. You can also add more water to this. If you want to make a couple gallons of just tea, just add another gallon of water and you'll have 2 gallons to make it a little bit lighter. But now we got to start adding all our products to this. Now make sure we're going to put our yeast in a bowl to let it set while we're putting in all of this, the oranges and the lemon. Okay, now I've got to add hot water to this. You keep adding it because you see how green this actually is as you pour it out. What I want is kind of a yellow texture to it. This is very green. And as you keep adding the water, it should keep lightening up. I want to keep adding water until I get that yellow texture. See, that's still pretty green, so I'm going to add another gallon. Too bad, but it should be. It's a lot lighter. Yeah, I think that's okay, don't you?
Especially when we add the sugar and stuff.
Now I added another 2.5 gallons to this, and it's a lot better. It's a little bit greener than I really like it, but it's going to be okay. Okay, we got about 3.5 gallons of tea right now, so we're going to take 9 cups of sugar to add to this now. And I like to stir it up good. Now that we've got the sugar all added, we're going to add a whole orange, but I'm going to separate it. A lot of people just squeeze it out and use the juice, but we're going to use the slices. Now we're going to add lemon juice, 3.5 tablespoons. Or you can use a whole lemon if you'd like. Now we've added all of our fruits and our lemon juice. Now we want to use our yeast, and you can use just regular yeast for bread or whatever, but we already activated this. There's 2 of these packages, and get your yeast started before you add it in. Let it start. And 1 cup of warm water in your yeast. Now we're going to add our yeast. I like to stir it. You can see. I like to stir this. There we go. Looks good. I'll just rinse that out a little. As you can see what it does. Get all our sugars, juices added, and our yeast. Oh, it's looking good. Now I recommend that you put this, I have a top made up. And I cut a hole in this and put a little piece of pipe on here with a balloon. You like my happy face? But as for the next 3 weeks, you want to keep this somewhere around 65 degrees. And put your top on it. And every few days I would go in, if this balloon is filled up, take and release the gases off from it. In about 3 weeks, when the balloon goes finally flat, leave it in there for another week. And then take and put it through your t-shirt, strain it again, and you can bottle it. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll come back in 3 weeks for the wine tasting. Like and subscribe us. Thank you.